Then she gets a call. She's being offered a movie and she thinks the script sucks ass. But one of the up and coming, about to be #1 movie star on the planet is co-starring in it. Her agent is like, you should really do this project because I think knowing this guy will be good for you. It was not.
It's Burt Reynolds.
The movie is Smokey and the Bandit.
And she's like, why the fuck would I be in this? This looks crazy, but sure. And right off the gate, first day of set, he picks her up and is like, we're going on a date. And she keeps trying to be funny, and she is quite funny, and he's not going for it.
He basically turns her into a shell of herself. Everything she learned through being in Stay Hungry, everything she learned through being Sybil, it kind of gets pushed to the seams for a while.
As I started to tell my side, little bits of me, I began to get subtle or not so subtle hints that he didn't want to know. That he wanted me to be who he thought I was and not who I truly was. Immediately, I started clamping down on myself, stuttering when I admitted I'd been living with someone as if confessing a transgression.
I eliminated most of me, becoming a familiar, shadowy version of myself, locked behind my eyes, unable to speak.
He didn't want to hear about any other man in her life, her childhood, her work, her children.
So for the whole production, her kids don't visit. She also has to break up with Coulter because she is fully dating Burt Reynolds. Did it make any sense at all then or now? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
She becomes obsessed with getting him healthy. He's always having these horrible pains. She says basically whenever she talks about something he doesn't want to hear, suddenly he has terrible heart pain.
And he takes like Valium.
And she's there for him. She gets reduced to essentially his PA.
Yeah. It's her 30th birthday finally. And he wants to go to a screening of Sybil with her. And she's like, oh my God, really? Okay. And so they go. He has no comments about the movie. She's just watched herself in the most vulnerable performance of her life. And she wants to like see her mom and find her mom's approval. But instead she goes home with him and he's talks about something else.
He gives her a Percodan for her throbbing head. It wasn't that he was mean. In a way, I felt he was trying to take care of me for the first time.
Sybil comes out and she's very celebrated in it. Bert doesn't really give a fuck. She thinks that if she slowly brings her kids into the relationship, they'll all be a family. But instead, Burt Reynolds is so disinterested in the kids. Like, it seems like he kind of tries to win them over, but they're little boys who are meeting a new guy who just isn't their dad. And so they don't care.
I think if they had been impressed that he was Burt Reynolds, he would have been happy for them to come every once in a while to Thanksgiving. But he's not going to do more than be Burt Reynolds.
So she makes dinner for her kids, puts them to bed, brings a second dinner to Burt Reynolds' house, brings him dinner, goes to bed with him, wakes up first thing in the morning, goes back to her house where her mom is sleeping with the kids, wakes up the kids, makes them breakfast, and is living like a double life as a girlfriend and a mom.
She says she just imagines her mom there sipping coffee, leaning on the counter, watching her do all this. As I see myself now leaning toward her, was there a part of me that wanted something other than her wordless support? Did I want something from her that she could not give me because she was as blind as I was? I also do wonder if maybe she wasn't saying anything because the last time she had interjected, there had been that huge fight over the Steve situation. I wonder if she was just like, well, there's nothing you can do but let them make their own mistakes.
It's a canon event. Anyway, so then Burt Reynolds becomes obsessed with directing a play called Bus Stop in Jupiter, Florida.
And he wants it to be a one-night show on the night that their movie comes out.
Yeah, but it turns into like a short run, and I guess he's gone for most of it.
I don't know. It's so fucking weird.
And she's like, what was he doing? He was trying to control her in this way that was so odd.
Meanwhile, her grandma, Joy, keeps sending her clips. Every time Bert or Sally's name comes up in the news, her grandma will send her a clip of it. And it's almost always about how Bert is cheating on her. And she's like, I really didn't want to be seeing them, but I had no choice because they kept getting mailed directly to me from my grandma. And when I told her to stop, she'd say, okay. And she'd just call me and tell me about them. Which, oh boy, do I feel that. Like when people are like, do you know what people are saying about you? And I'm like, I don't. Please don't tell me. She goes, he never really talked about it. She's like, I don't know. People are always accusing me of knowing strangers in National Enquirer. He's probably not cheating on me.
But she does say whenever there was an article about him cheating on me, he would get me a lavish gift.
Like a car.
A yellow Corvette. She's like, which was preposterous because I had 2 small children.
She has a movie called Semi-Tough with Harry Winkler. I only bring it up because former memoirist alert.
The Emmys are canceled and she gets nominated for some other like pseudo Emmys, the Critics Circle Awards. And she's like, okay, this might be stupid. But then the Emmys come back and for Sybil, she gets nominated for an actual Emmy. And Bert is like, that's dumb. So she's like, yeah, it's so dumb. And she doesn't go and then she wins.
And she's just watching it from home on TV. How sad is that?
Then a movie comes up called Norma Ray. It's another script that she's shaking when she finishes it. She needs it. She's obsessed with it.
It's with an incredible director named Hal Needham, who is like well known. He had done amazing work. And at first, Bert is like, well, that's pretty impressive. But then he goes, you're going to audition for a role and you didn't even read the script. You're a fucking idiot. Like, I think at first he can't help but be impressed. And then when he realizes what it means for him having a personal assistant that he doesn't have to pay, he's like, no, don't do it.
And then he reads it and he's like, oh, you're going to be a whore. That's disgusting. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm going to be Norma.
And then this is one of the great quotes of all time. He says, well, no lady of mine is going to play a whore. She's like, but I'm an actor, Bert. I'm not a whore. I'm not Norma or Sybil or Gidget or whomever I'm playing. I'm an actor. And he goes, oh, so now you're an actor. That's all that matters to you now, right? Ha! You're letting your ambition get the better of you. And then she goes, my ambition is the better of me and you can't touch it.
Oh!
And she goes, I will not be conquered. With that, something shifted and the debate inside my head that had started the moment I met Bert ended. How incredible.
Yahoo!
That is a great fucking line. My ambition is the better of me and you can't touch it.